narcotics. What?
Well, that helped them make arrests. They'll reduce Jason's sentence.
I get you out of here.
How?
By doing a drug deal.
What happens when that boy finds out you're an informant?
I'm gonna let either side dictate our fates. I love you, son.
Every move that I make, Jason will have to live with for the next 10 years of his life.
And what if you don't live?
Snitch, rated PG-13, February 22nd.
Oh my god, this is another terrible, terrible fucking weekend for the movies. Welcome to Time About the Movies, everybody. And, professionalism. Welcome to Time About the Movies, everybody. And yeah, as you could tell, we're in for another shitty weekend of movies. We're not even doing an intro. We only got 2 movies, and they're fucking terrible. Let's just delve through them. Let's start off with the biggest of the 2, Snitch. Like, an intimidating action movie called Snitch. Snitch sounds like the name of an action comedy, but this ain't a comedy. And in fact, okay, maybe it is a comedy because the stuff they pull off in here is fucking ridiculous, man. Dwayne Johnson stars as a guy who goes undercover for the DEA after his estranged son is framed for a drug deal by his best friend. So what does the DEA decide to do? You know, what does he decide? What did they decide to do? Go ahead and make him do a drug deal themselves. It's just kind of like, you see the contradiction here, people? It's just like, you know, not only is this movie's message so under the complete purpose of what they're trying to do here, I mean, there is an idea of something that could be interesting about this movie, but it's just not here with this movie, man. And again, a movie that wastes so many good, talented people in this movie. You see Dwayne Johnson, who has proven time and time again he can be a good actor. You've got Barry Pepper, Benjamin Bratt, Harold Perrineau from Lost, Susan Sarandon, John Barenthal, Michael Kenneth Williams, Melina Kamakanaris from Providence and CSI New York, Nadine Velasquez in another movie that she was in within the span of a year. David Harbaugh's in here. There is a lot of big people in this movie, but they're given nothing to do here. This is such a generic-ass storyline that we've seen done to death before so many times in the past. And boy, this thing just is a mess, man. And it makes sense coming from Rick Roman Waugh, who also gave us the masterpiece that was Angel Has Fallen and Greenland's 1 and 2, because people demanded a Greenland sequel after they saw the success of the first film, Greenland was not that successful to begin with here. The problem is with this movie is that, like I said, it's another generic-ass action film. I mean, it's not even a good generic-ass action film. We know Dwayne Johnson can be a good badass actor in movies like this, but not in this movie here. This is just a waste of talent across the board on a script that has been done to death before so many times. There is nothing of value to this film whatsoever. So yeah, needless to say, we can avoid Snitch like the plague. And you can also avoid the next movie we have here, our last film, and that is Dark Skies.
Have you seen any bright lights in the sky above your neighborhood that moved in an unusual way? Have you witnessed any abnormal behavior by animals? Have you experienced the feeling that you might not be in control of your own body?
Daniel?
Do you know what they want?
Tom, Daddy.
When they're ready, they will take your family.
Dark Skies, rated PG-13, February 22nd.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. Was that supposed to scare the audience? Because you failed miserably at it. But then again, I wouldn't expect anything less from the director of such masterpieces of intended scary films that turn out to be fucking comedies like Legion and Priest. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is that same director making this movie. And, Blumhouse usually makes some good horror movies, but more times than not, they are more than willing to make some really bad ones. And let me tell you, this is a pretty bad one. Stop me if you've heard this plot before, because it is so revolutionary and so original that it's never been done before. As the Barrett family's peaceful suburban life is rocked by an escalating series of disturbing events, they come to learn that terrifying and deadly forces after them, one of which may have arrived from beyond the stars. Like, wow, we're throwing in a mix between an alien invasion film and also the Amityville horror, because yeah, my God, this movie is a mess of a film. From the way that, from the scares that are not scary, from wasting this talented cast that includes Kerry Russell and J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is better than this garbage here, and yeah, this is straight up garbage. And you know, here's how you know this movie is bad. The director of this, Scott Stewart, wrote the script for this. It took him 6 weeks to complete this. They started shooting this in August, and it came out in February of that year, of the next year. They spent 6 months on this movie. They knew it was bad. They knew it was terrible, and yet idiots bought into it because it did become a hit, and, you know, everyone looked at it just like, oh, well, Blumhouse knows what they're doing. No, Blumhouse doesn't always know what they're doing, because, yeah, like I said, Blumhouse can make good horror movies, but they make more bad ones than good ones, and man, this one is definitely an example of a really bad one. I mean, my God. The moments in there that are supposed to be scary are not scary. They're fucking hilariously bad. Just like the movie. It's a bad film. It's a terrible, terrible movie. And it just doesn't work. It just does not work. As much as you want to try to scare people, you don't scare people the way you do with this. I mean, you saw for God's sake, you saw what they were trying to pass off as scares in this. Like, I'm sorry. That was not scary at all. I mean, I've seen scarier things than anything in this movie. I mean, this is just a bad film, man. It's a film that's clearly a film that was dumped down in February because they knew it was bad. They didn't want to put it out in any other point in the year because they knew it was going to get tossed around by some much better movies, and they put it on this weekend, and it was a hit, unfortunately. So, yeah. Bottom line, this movie sucks. It's just the perfect summarization of this bad weekend overall, and the really, really bad stretch of movies we are on right now. Because let me tell you, we are in a really, really bad stretch of movies right now. And what a shocker, it does not get any better next time around. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at the slate of movies that start off March, and yeah, this is a bad stretch of movies, man. Now, the first film isn't that bad. It's more of a movie that I expect so much more from because it's a Bryan Singer movie, and it's got Nicholas Hoult, who was just in one of the better movies of the year so far, Warm Bodies, with Jack the Giant Slayer, and it's passable at best. We'll touch more on that tomorrow on the show. But then you got your rip-offs of successful movies here. You got, you know, Project X was the big surprise success the year before, so Relatively Media looks at this and said, we have to do our own Project X, so let's do 21 and over, because clearly this is the new norm for us, and no, it was not a big hit at all. And then you got your horror sequel because the first movie was such a big success, and now we have a sequel to The Last Exorcism, which is funny because The Last Exorcism was the title that should say that this is the last time you're going to see an exorcism, but nope, not with The Last Exorcism Part 2, that's for damn sure. So yeah, this is a really bad stretch of movies here. In fact, I got to see if we actually get any better movies after this. We do the following week, so this stretch should come to an end for the little bit after this week here, but even after that, it doesn't get any better. Next week's more of an oddity than actually meaning some good stuff. I mean, it's not until we get to, okay, you know what, maybe towards the end of the month of March, we'll get to the better movies overall, but yeah, we're in a sea of some really bad movies right now, but we'll take a look at those 3 films tomorrow. We'll get through this together, and we will try to be happier and sing Kumbaya when it's all said and done. But anyway, with all that said, thank you so much for enjoying this. If you did enjoy it, I envy you. And if you want to see more videos like this, I envy you for that too. Please go ahead and do me the honors of hitting that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button. Also, don't forget to check out our playlist, and don't forget to check out the previous episode we did. So with all that said, whether it's in the past, the present, or the future, I will see you at the movies. Take care.